The Journey of Enlightenment in Family Life. Introduction within the Buddhist tradition. The pursuit of enlightenment is often portrayed as a solitary endeavor, monks and nuns renouncing worldly attachments, withdrawing to forests, monasteries, or mountain hermitages. Yet Buddhism has never been restricted to the cloistered life alone. For householders, husbands, wives, parents, and children, the Dharma is not a distant aspiration, but a living path woven into the very fabric of daily existence. The journey of enlightenment in family life is neither contradictory to the spiritual ideal nor inferior to monastic practice. Rather, it offers a unique terrain where compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness can be cultivated amidst the challenges and joys of human relationships. This essay explores the role of family life as a spiritual path, how enlightenment can unfold within it, and the ways in which Buddhist teachings such as the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, mindfulness, and compassion can be lived authentically in a domestic context. We will examine the dynamics of marriage, parenthood, intergenerational relationships, and household responsibilities, seeing them not as obstacles but as opportunities for awakening. 1. Family life as a Dharma. Field. The Buddha never excluded householders. From the path of liberation, in the Pali Canon, he offered teachings to kings, merchants, and lay disciples, acknowledging their capacity for profound realization. Family life, though filled with responsibilities, can serve as a fertile Dharma, field where virtues such as patience, generosity, and forgiveness are naturally tested and refined. Unlike the monastery, where silence and discipline prevail, family life is a dynamic, sometimes chaotic environment. Children cry, bills pile up, disagreements arise. Yet these very circumstances compel practitioners to cultivate resilience, equanimity, and compassion. Every interaction between spouses, between parents and children, between siblings, becomes a mirror reflecting the practitioner's state of mind. To live mindfully within a family is to recognize that enlightenment is not apart from ordinary life, but shining through it, too. The Four Noble Truths in domestic life. The Four Noble Truths provide a timeless framework for understanding the challenges of family life. Dukkha, suffering. Family life inevitably involves stress, financial worries, marital misunderstandings, generational conflicts. Recognizing this as a natural dimension of existence prevents idealization and cultivates acceptance. Samudaya, cause of suffering. Much of the tension in family life arises from attachment, expectations, and ego. A spouse may cling to rigid views. Parents may impose ambitions on children. Siblings may compete for attention. Awareness of craving and clinging as root causes allows space for greater freedom. Narada, cessation of suffering. Peace within the household arises when attachment loosens. When family members practice letting go of control and unrealistic expectations, love becomes unconditional, not transactional. Magga path. The Eightfold Path offers practical guidance: right speech in communication, right livelihood in earning, a living ethically, right mindfulness in parenting, right efforts in maintaining harmony. Thus, the Four Noble Truths are not abstract doctrines, but everyday tools for navigating domestic challenges with wisdom. 3. Marriage is a practice of compassion and patience. Marriage, in Buddhist perspective, is not merely a social contract, but a partnership. In cultivating virtues, two individuals come together not only to share life's responsibilities, but also to support each other's spiritual growth, patience, and tolerance. In marriage, one constantly encounters differences in habits, preferences, and opinions. Learning to embrace differences without resentment is itself a profound practice of patience, Genti. Right speech and deep listening. Marital harmony depends on communication. Right speech, truthful, kind, and timely prevents misunderstandings, while deep listening allows spouses to truly hear each other's suffering. Non-clinging love. Buddhist teachings emphasize love that is free from possession. True spousal love wishes for the partner's happiness, even if it does not always align with one's desires. Marriage becomes a spiritual path when both partners view their relationship not as self-centered fulfillment, but as shared cultivation of compassion. Generosity, an ethical living point for parenthood. As a path of selfless love, perhaps the most profound training ground for compassion is parenthood. Raising children demands selflessness, patience, and unconditional care, qualities that lie at the heart of the Bodhisattva ideal. Children as teachers. While parents guide children, children also teach parents humility, flexibility, and presence. A crying infant draws one fully into the present moment. A teenager challenges one's ego and attachment. Transmission of values. Parents practicing Dharma naturally transmit mindfulness and ethics to their children, not merely through words but by example. Letting go. Parenthood also requires letting go of control, of expectations, of clinging to permanence. Watching children grow reminds parents of impermanence, teaching them to love without attachment. In this way, parenthood is not a detour from spiritual practice, but a direct embodiment of selfless love and compassion. 5. Household responsibilities as mindful practice. Cooking, cleaning, working, paying bills. These tasks may seem mundane, but in Buddhism they can become profound acts of mindfulness. Tchntin often spoke of washing the dishes to wash the dishes, an invitation to bring presence and awareness even to the simplest chores. Household life provides constant opportunities for practicing mindfulness in action. Cooking becomes meditation on generosity. Cleaning becomes meditation on impermanence. Working becomes meditation on right livelihood. Into being, household activities reveal interdependence. The food on the table reflects the labor of farmers. The rain, the sun. Gratitude arises naturally. Thus, daily chores cease to be burdens and become gateways to insight. 6. Challenges and obstacles in family life. The journey of enlightenment in family life is not without challenges, attachment, and possessiveness. Strong bonds can lead to clinging, causing suffering when circumstances change. Conflict and anger, miscommunication, or unmet expectations can create tension. Time and energy. Family responsibilities may seem to leave little room for meditation or study, yet each obstacle is also an opportunity. Attachment becomes a lesson in impermanence. Conflict becomes a lesson in forgiveness. Lack of time becomes an invitation to integrate mindfulness into ordinary activities. 7. Family as a bodhisattva. Community in Mahayana Buddhism. The bodhisattva ideal emphasizes working for the welfare of all beings. A family can itself be seen as a miniature bodhisattva, community, each member supporting others' growth. Mutual support. Spouses support each other's aspirations. Parents support children's growth. Children remind parents of simplicity and wonder. Compassion in action. Caring for an elderly parent, nurturing a sick child, or supporting a spouse through hardship becomes concrete expressions of bodhicitta, the mind of awakening. Expanding compassion from family. Compassion radiates outward neighbors. society, all beings. Thus, family life can embody the bodhisattva path in a very tangible way. 8. Integrating meditation and family life. Meditation need not be confined to the cushion. Families can integrate contemplative practices in daily life. Mindful meals, eating together in silence for a few moments, cultivates gratitude. Shared rituals, lighting a candle, chanting a short verse, or dedicating merit as a family fosters spiritual unity. Breathing together. Parents and children pausing to breathe mindfully during stress transforms conflict into connection. Such practices do not require isolation, but bring mindfulness into the heart of family togetherness. 9. The paradox of renunciation. In family life, renunciation in Buddhism is not about abandoning family, but about relinquishing clinging and ego. A householder can renounce selfishness while still fulfilling responsibilities. Renouncing ego in service. Parents renounce personal comfort for their children's well-being. Renouncing possession in love. Spouses renounce possessiveness, allowing love to be free and supportive. Renouncing greed in livelihood. Ethical livelihood ensures that one's work benefits rather than harms others. Thus, true renunciation is an inner attitude, compatible with family life. 10. Enlightenment as a collective journey. Finally, enlightenment in family life is not just individual. When one member grows in mindfulness and compassion, it influences the entire household. Harmony increases, suffering decreases, joy spreads. Family becomes a collective journey of awakening. A mindful parent raises mindful children. A compassionate spouse fosters a compassionate marriage. Enlightenment ceases to be a solitary mountain peak and becomes a shared horizon, attainable through everyday acts of love and awareness. Conclusion: the journey of enlightenment in family life is both challenging and profoundly rewarding. Far from being a distraction, family responsibilities provide a real-world training ground for the cultivation of patience, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. Marriage teaches tolerance and non-clinging love. Parenthood embodies selfless compassion. Daily chores become mindful practice. Buddhism does not demand withdrawal from life, but invites awakening within it. Family life, with all its joys and struggles, is itself a sacred path, a path where enlightenment shines, not in isolation, but in relationship, not in renunciation alone, but in love, service, and togetherness. In this way,